Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. Some sad and happy news from Victoria this morning. Dylan Benson has lost his wife, but his son has been born. Baby Ivor was born at Victoria General Hospital over the weekend, a bit early, but in good health. After doctors performed the C-section, mother Robin was taken off life support. She was brain dead after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage in December. Doctors kept her alive until Ivor could be born. Ivor's father and Robin's husband, Dylan Benson, has posted a picture and message on Facebook. The baby will be kept at the hospital until he grows bigger and stronger. We are still awaiting charges this morning in Vancouver's first murder of the year. 2 men remain in custody after a fatal stabbing late Sunday night. An altercation happened at Granville in Georgia. Police arrived to find a 28-year-old man unconscious on the sidewalk. He was rushed to hospital, but later died. The 2 suspects were quickly arrested nearby. The Granville incident happened after another non-fatal stabbing in Yaletown almost 24 hours earlier.
We do provide additional police resources on weekends, holiday weekends. As we know, there's a large population of people that come into the city of Vancouver on weekends to enjoy themselves. So these are people that don't live in the city, that live in outlying areas, come downtown to go to the bars, go to the restaurants, and have a good time. We do the best we can to try and maintain order in that area.
Meanwhile, Surrey RCMP have a new stabbing case of their own. It happened early yesterday at a house on 100th Avenue. A male victim was rushed to hospital with a chest wound. Investigators have identified a person of interest, but an arrest has yet to be announced. And still in Surrey, lots of questions about an accident last night. 2 vehicles slammed into each other at 140th Street and 80th Avenue. One of the cars ended up perched over a shallow creek. 3 people reportedly taken to hospital. There was a report that a 4th person ran from the scene and that a large amount of cash was found in one of the vehicles, but that has yet to be confirmed. The hang glider pilot who admitted responsibility for the death of his passenger is expected to be sentenced today. William John Orders pleaded guilty to criminal negligence causing death. His passenger, a 28-year-old woman from Mexico, fell 300 meters to her death after Orders neglected to properly secure her harness. Both Crown and Defense are asking for a 5-month sentence and a probation order that forbids Orders from hang gliding for 3 years and requires him to educate others about his experience. Politicians are returning to BC's legislature for today's throne speech. The speech opens the start of the legislative session and will introduce the government's general goals. The Liberals' economic development agenda is expected to detail support for major projects such as the proposed Site C dam and a bridge to replace the Massey Tunnel. The speech will also touch on the plan to change some of the province's liquor laws. It's budget day on Parliament Hill. Finance Minister Jim Flaherty says the document will focus on job creation and economic growth. It's also expected to include a pledge to balance the federal books before the next election in 2015. The government sources told the Canadian press that the budget also includes a plan to crack down on multinational companies that charge Canadians more than Americans for their products. The budget is scheduled to come down at 1 p.m. Pacific time. A Little Vernon resident is on solid ground this morning thanks to a creative rescue effort. A conservation officer and firefighters sprung to action when a deer got stuck on Okanagan Lake. The young animal was unable to get its footing on the slippery ice. The rescue was especially difficult because the ice was dangerously thin, but wearing life jackets, the team used a kayak to rescue the deer. It was taken to shore and released in a safe area.